Hello, this is a review of the Moen Anabelle CA87003SRS kitchen faucet. So it comes in the box that you see pictured here, and it's a very nice looking faucet. I went to a local store and looked at a whole bunch of faucets, and this is the one that I picked out that I thought would be the best for me. It's supposed to be able to fit in a 1, 2, 3, or 4 hole design, depending on whether or not you want the 3-hole plate that goes beneath this, and whether or not you're going to install the optional soap dispenser that it comes with it as well. So in my case, I'm going to use the single hole design that we see here. Now, installation is supposed to be really easy. So it's, like I said, it's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, or 4 hole installation. You can use it with or without the little plate it gives you, although I've read some reviews that some people said due to thickness of their sink, they needed this for the extra stability. I have a ceramic sink, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. Installation is supposed to be a very easy, quick install with some quick fittings. I'll tell you how it goes in a moment. And to install it, all you're supposed to need is some sort of screwdriver, plumbing wrench, and a thing of putty. So when you open up the box, this is what it looks like here on the inside with all the parts. And taking a closer look, I see that we got our hoses in here, hoses of multiple different kinds. Obviously you get the whole main big unit here. It has some good weight to it. You got the bottom bottle for the soap dispenser. You have a weight here for weighting the unit. Here's your base, the optional base that you can use or not if you so choose. Here's the head that goes onto the end of the hose and ultimately hooks onto there. But basically just check your parts list and I'll tell you how the installation goes. Here's the old faucet where I'm going to install the new one. So I have this old one, it's broken loose, it's time to get it replaced. So that's what I'm buying the new one for. And you can see the different hole designs that I can be able to install this new one into. So I have a whole bunch to choose from. So this is my Dishwasher Aerator. I might just move this on over there because otherwise you see where I have the 3 that I could theoretically use the whole plate for if I wanted to. I have my old spray spigot that, since the new one comes built into the head, I might be able to just remove this entirely and maybe I'll install the soap dispenser there as well. So remove the existing one, I've set aside here, and now it's installed. I think it looks nice, I think it functions very nice, and let's take a closer look at its features first. First of all, one of the things I really like is its handle here. I like, you push it back for hot, you pull it forward for cold, and I like that you can bump it with the side of your hand. So if your hand's full of, let's say you have been handling raw chicken, you don't want to touch it, you can just touch it, push it from the side, turn it on, turn it off, without having to handle it and get it all dirty if your hands are full of raw chicken. I really like that you have the smooth of being able to control it to different levels pretty easily. That much was nice. Then we have, of course, the whole head here. We can swivel different ways. It doesn't move so freely on its own that you're going to be always knocking it, but it stays when you need to stay, but it's easy to move otherwise. Then, of course, you have the head here, and you have 3 settings. You have pause, you have spray, and stream. So let's take a look at those for a moment here. So here it is in the normal stream mode. Move it down and we get the shower mode when I push it all the way down. Middle setting is the stream, and you can press and hold this to turn it off. That's really nice so that if you need to go spray it in a big pot, you don't have to have it spraying while you're moving it and then just let go and it starts to stream. So it doesn't always retract all the way up inside, although that's not a problem at all in my experience. All you have to do is pull it down again and slide it back up and it goes in really easily. So normally by default this tucks around the side, but you can rotate this any which way. I just leave it tucked around back. So overall, I like that you can pull it out. This is on mine, this is how far it comes out. So it's enough to get up and around things, but it's not enough to go farther to the side of my sink than this. So I can just get a pan or something over here, but I can't carry it over the stove and spray all over my kitchen. But it's plenty enough flexibility for what I need. So I was happy with that. Being able to get it around. And of course, one nice thing with any of these heads is it's easy to clean your sink anytime you want because you can just move around and clean your sink. And of course, here's the soap dispenser. I already showed you how you can fill it from the top, but it works pretty well from that aspect. Go ahead and turn this on and you see that it works pretty well. So I'm happy with it. One nice thing about the soap dispenser is that you don't have to unscrew the bottle to fill it each time. You'll be able to go in straight through the top and pour soap right down the middle. So I've already screwed that in. This will screw right into the bottom of that, and I won't have to uninstall this again. And now my sink looks nice and renewed. Now it's not all just the new faucet. I don't know if you remember the before shot of my sink that I had before. You probably thought it looked really dirty. I had a whole bunch of hard water deposits that were green and black that were all lined up here. I had black marks from here from sliding pans, this and that for cleaning. But the other trick to all of that was a porous stone that you see like this as a cleaning brick, and basically you just run it around and it would grind out little things without scratching the porcelain really well. So what I used for that was this thing called Heavy Duty Pure Clean Bathroom Cleaning Block. You use the same thing for grinding out the ring around the inside of a toilet if you have hard water deposits. It does a good job with that, but it also removed all the black marks and hard water that we saw in here, and before that it used tons of Lime Away and CLR, and it didn't do anything, but this thing did in seconds just by doing like this. The first issue I ran into when I removed the old faucet is that the old faucet uses these 1/2-inch copper braided pipe connectors to my shutoff valve that I had down here. So it had connected over to my shutoff valve through a soldered connection on this flexible pipe right here. But this new faucet connects with this, and these two do not match. So you either have to completely replace your shutoff valve if yours doesn't have a screw-on connection where mine's soldered, or you just gotta buy an adapter to go from this to that. So I ended up with a Watts compression LFA 124 adapter, and basically it's just a 3/8 inch to 1/2 inch adapter that lets me connect. Now this one comes with a compression fitting, but I'm gonna unscrew that, and basically I ended up with just this guy here with the 2 threaded ends that matches the 2 we have here. So this end here, the 3/8 inch, matches the end on our faucet that we're going to install, and this 1/2 inch end here matches the existing shutoff valve adapter that I have here. Now the only other thing that you might want to get is a pack of washers so that you can go in and take the washer in the middle there and replace any existing worn out washer that you might have just to prevent any leaks. So I have it all connected. So here on the left is my hot water supply line to the shutoff valve, my adapter that I told you about in the middle, and on the right is the hot line running to the hot side of the faucet. Note that they give you a little red flag here to tell you the hot from the cold side, but which side to connect to which, follow the instructions, because depending on whether or not you're going to hang the handle this way or the other way, you can, so that you turn it on and off over here, you'll flip-flop which side it is, so that when you want it hot, you push back for hot and pull forward for cold. And remember to take some care when you're tugging around on different lines back here. This is my existing line. I'm not talking about the faucet line that was here, but if I pulled too hard on this existing compression fitting line after I'd had everything connected, and this came loose and sprayed water everywhere. I spent 2 days installing this, a half day each day over 2 days. So I spent half a day Saturday until I got stuck on the existing fittings and needed to go find an adapter, and then I continued it for the rest of the half day on a Sunday. And overall, here's what I didn't need and here's what I did need. So I didn't actually end up using plumber's putty, even though it's listed on the back of the box. So this is usually used around the hole in the sink where you're about to put the whole faucet into. You put a ring around where it goes, but follow the instructions and they don't actually tell you need this. Now, not all faucets really need plumber's putty, so apparently on this one you don't need it, even though on the back of the box it listed it as a tool. So if yours looks watertight enough without it, you probably don't need to use it. The thing I did have to add was to an adapter to be able to connect to my existing water supply lines. Well, I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching the review.